Have you ever stopped to think about fingerprints? I mean, really think about them? It's one of those things we take for granted, right? Like breathing or the fact that we have two ears. But here's something that might blow your mind. No two people have the same fingerprint. Not even identical twins. How wild is that? It's like nature's way of saying, you are unique and you will always be unique. To get started, please take just 1 second to like this video. Your support encourages me to continue creating this content. So, let's break it down. What exactly is a fingerprint? Essentially, it's a pattern of ridges and valleys on the surface of our skin, specifically on our fingertips. These patterns are formed in the womb, usually around the 10th week of pregnancy. That's right. Long before we take our first breath, our fingerprints are already being etched into our skin. And the crazy part? Even if you were to take two babies born at the same time, in the same environment, with the same genetics, their fingerprints would still be different. Now, you might be wondering, why is that? Well, it all comes down to a mix of genetic and environmental factors. Sure, our DNA plays a significant role in determining the overall structure of our fingerprints, but the specific patterns are influenced by the conditions in the womb. Things like the position of the fetus, the density of amniotic fluid, and even the pressure exerted on the fingers can create tiny variations in those patterns. It's a beautiful chaos, really. Imagine that for a second. You're in this cozy little bubble floating around, and every little thing happening around you is shaping who you are even before you're born. It's like the universe is crafting your identity in the most intricate way possible. And when you finally arrive, you're not just another face in the crowd. You're a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Now, let's talk about the types of fingerprints. There are 3 main patterns: loops, whorls, and arches. Loops are the most common, making up about 60 to 70% of all fingerprints. Then you have whorls, which account for about 25 to 35%. And finally, there are arches, which are the least common, making up only about 5%. Each of these patterns has its own subcategories, creating an almost infinite variety of unique designs. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The uniqueness of fingerprints isn't just a quirky fact. It has real-world implications. Forensic scientists have been using fingerprints for over a century to solve crimes. It's one of the most reliable forms of identification we have. When you press your finger onto a surface, you leave behind a detailed record of your unique pattern. And because these patterns don't change over time, barring any significant injuries, fingerprints can serve as a permanent identifier throughout your life. Think about that for a minute. In a world where so much can change, your appearance, your voice, even your memories, your fingerprints remain a constant. It's like a secret code that only you possess. And it's not just for criminals or detectives. It's also used in everyday life. From unlocking your phone to accessing secure buildings, fingerprints are a part of our daily routines. But let's not forget the philosophical side of this. The fact that no two fingerprints are alike is a powerful reminder of individuality. In a world where we often feel pressure to conform, to fit in, to be like everyone else, our fingerprints tell us that being different is not just okay, it's essential. Each of us has our own story, our own experiences, and our own patterns that shape who we are. So next time you look at your hands, take a moment to appreciate the intricate design of your fingerprints. It's a small but profound reminder that you are unique. You are not just a face in the crowd. You are a complex tapestry of experiences, choices, and yes, even fingerprints. And who knows? Maybe the next time you're feeling a little lost or overwhelmed, you can just look down at your hands and remember, no one else in the world has the same fingerprints as you. You are irreplaceable. So embrace your uniqueness, celebrate your individuality, and carry that knowledge with you into the world. After all, in a universe filled with billions of people, it's pretty amazing to think that you are the only one who can leave your mark. Thank you for exploring with us here at the Corner of Curiosity. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating content. As always, feel free to leave your curious questions and thoughts in the comments below. Until next time.